Sound check, guys. Let's see what we've got today. And drop your pairs. Awesome, awesome, guys. I see the sound is good. So we can get started. So what pairs do you guys want us to look at today? Okay, can you guys drop your pairs? What pairs do you want us to look at today? CAD Swiss franc, AUD JPY, AUD JPY, CAD Swiss franc. Okay, we need two more pairs and then let's see what we can find. CAD Swiss franc. Okay, so on the CAD Swiss franc, hop onto the daily, get our key zones, see what's happening, and then from there we can definitely hop on. And so far, the most reliable key zone is a bit far off. And if we decide to focus on this area alone, we don't really get much of a clear path to follow. And then let's hop over to the lower time frames. Again, the lower time frames, you will find something decent here. Although when you trade these, you must understand that your risk is higher. So we could look at this as our nice tee off area. And this is a nice tee off area. And hop over to the lower time frames. See if we can refine it further. Awesome. So you'd find something along these ranges. And remember, when you trade using this specific strategy, you still want to see price get into the zone, maybe 50 way through, and then trade the drop off from there. And you trade it with sell stops. So you don't want to just enter now or put an X market execution or limit orders. We really do not trade with those. So that's how I would approach the CAT Swiss franc. And remember, it's from the lower time frame. So we took this from the 4 hour, and then of course you're targeting these levels here. So this is an ideal way of trading this specific one. Drop that there. There we go. And then AUD let's see how that looks. This one already went through our key zone here on the 15. Let's go back into the higher time frame. Remember, you can find trades on every time zone. I mean, every single time zone, which would support your bias. The trick now is your risk management has to be on point, that once your bias is wrong, you're still alive to keep trading. And that's why we've got the Wushu toolbox, by the way. Up onto the daily. Okay, so we could probably only trade this from the 4 hour and the hourly. Looking at these levels. But it's kind of hard to find a good entry from this one. So we'll just have to keep waiting to see what it does. If you're trading one of our bootcamp strategies, of course, you would have found a nice entry moving to a specific direction. There we go. Let's hop over to the EJ. So with AUD guys, we'll just have to keep watching it, see how it behaves, unless you want to go into the lower time frames where you'll be taking chances now. But you can see now that this is grabbing all the liquidity that's up here. It's being grabbed by this current candle, and we should see something drop. I'm just not seeing a good tee-off area for this. Okay, CAT Swiss franc we just did. EJ. So now EJ, of course, start your analysis from the daily. Start picking up your nice key zones, which is where price is most likely going to react, and that's what you're counting on. And if you are using this way of seeing things, then when price does react, you take advantage. And because of our tie stops, by the time it retraces, you have already gotten out. So that's how you'd want to approach it. That's how EJ would look, and this is taken from a daily. So looking at something along these lines, and we want tighter stops. 15 pip stop is not bad, but we could do better. Okay, there we go. So EJ, taken from the daily, you would look at these zones here, of course, and if you were on the bootcamp, like okay, there we go. So EU, 6-8. Let's see. There we go. There's our area of interest. It's been playing in there for a while, so we should be looking at a nice long from there. And there we go. So this is how you'd approach it. There you go. Of course, targeting these levels here. But this is how your Euro USD trade would look. GU and UJ. Let's check what the GU has in store for us. I haven't really been getting anything on GU. All my moves were decapitated. I mean, look at this one. I just went through, took all the liquidity at the bottom. So, yeah, this one is not going to work out for us. And this very long candle, definitely not going to work out for us. And then we've got UJ. UJ, we see this nice push all the way up. Very aggressive. Going to these double tops. Forming them, of course. So we should see. There we go. There's some nice liquidity just laying here, of course. So we should see price coming to whip them out. And you see all these imbalances along the way. So we should see a nice drop of price. Where you take it from? That's an interesting question now. I think with this, I'll probably go back into the break of structure, downward, and use that as my entry zones to take it down with me, closing all those daily imbalances and inefficiencies. Okay, so that's how to approach this one. And if you really do want to take advantage, you can look at using this candle here. I wouldn't, but it is a potential area to work from. And this is why I wouldn't, is because of the parameters that I trade by, whereby if I've got a clear direction to trade from on the higher time frame, I'll stick to it. And I usually don't want to be catching price and dropping with it. I'd rather let it show me some structure and then take it from there. So this is how UJ would look. So you probably just have to wait for price to come back into this area and then drop down. Potentially we could even get here, take all this liquidity here and then drop down from there. So that's how I would approach UJ. There we go. Okay, oil. Let's check oil at NAS 100 and that'll be the end of it. Mzwandile, how do you join the course? Check our website. But somebody mentioned that it's offline, so I asked the guy to fix it for us. And then just check it out later in the day. You check the bootcamp there. And yeah, you'll be good from there. NAS 100, let's see. I see now it's in our area of interest, or it passed the area of interest for this specific trade. Yeah, just have to keep waiting for this one, guys. No, honestly, just have to wait. Wait for it to either get into the zone and then push up from there and potentially get into this one or this one, because they're still valid from these levels here at the back. So we're still good. We're still good. Just have to keep an eye on it and keep watching it. And if you really want to trade it, you can see on the hourly there is a bit of a level here that you can use. Not ideal, but it's there. It exists. I'll just call it daily, but it's not the daily. So you can look at that, but now you'd have to use a very tight stops, and potentially I would use this specific candle, watching this one as well here for a nice tee off area, which would look something like this. And you would actually have to refine it some more because of the time zone that you're trading. Let's go into the 1 minute and see how far we can take it. Probably take it up the way to these zones here, covering these candles here. And how it's going to look is something like that. Targeting, of course, these levels here. And if you are using the wushu, it'll pick out the targets for you and take it from there. So this is how you approach NAS 100 from the hourly, and yeah, very tight stops by. Oil. I haven't traded oil as well in a minute. Take it from the daily, see what's happening on the daily. As it went back to these levels here. So with this one, and as it was posted by Richard, if you follow the course content, you would see how. Okay, I'm just gonna give this away. This is a decent tier of area to work with for potential long. I'm not gonna be marking much. You should know what we're looking at, and this is based on the daily, by the way. On the daily, and then you would look at something along these ranges, going up, going up, and then I'll show you now how we can also look at it from the hourly and find a nice tee-off area going to the bottom, of course. So you'd find oil at these levels, and then if you were to trade on the hourly, if you're to look at it from the hourly zones, you would see how we saw this nice big downward move, retrace, break of structure, downward move, retrace. So we could look at a potential sell from this area and tee off area. Just move it to the side there, go into the 15, the 30, just sort of find it some more and get a nice RR on it, include this candle as well. And then if you go deeper again into price, we could look at this specific area here and then go back into the hourly, and you would find the tee off area for the short, which would look something like that. There we go. It's a chart. So you'd have these two, and of course it's going back all the way down into this trigger point, and of course you'll go back up again. So this is how you'd approach oil. I just basically let you guys in on how we approach some of the pairs on the bootcamp with a different strategy that looks at multiple factors. Awesome, guys. Have an awesome trading day. Manage your risk. Check out the bootcamp. Happy trading.